Hey everybody, and welcome to In the Running, the podcast where we bring your local elections to life.
We're your hosts, May Dapkus and Olivia Self, two rising juniors at Mountain Brook High School.
We started this podcast to help inform local voters on who is running in their local elections and what those positions do on a citywide scale.
So, we're interviewing candidates and asking the real questions about their goals, values, and what they want to do for your communities across Alabama.
No spin, no speeches, just honest conversation with the people who want to lead your city.
This is In the Running.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to In the Running. We're your hosts, Olivia Self.
And I'm May Dapkus, and today we are sitting down with Mr. Chris Lane, who's running for Homewood City Council Ward 3.
Hello, young ladies. How are we doing today?
How are you?
About to have some fun.
Oh, yes, we are. Speaking of, here's the first question. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe about your hobbies or your passions or anything about you outside of the campaign?
Outside of the campaign, I would say I'm a big Alabama fan.
Roll Tide.
So roll tide, RTR as we say. I've enjoyed weekends. I'm a big basketball fan, big football fan. And I play a lot of golf. I'm not very good right now, but I used to be pretty decent. But golf is one of my passions also. So I can lose 6 hours out there. I can, how time is. Other than that, I grew up in Homewood back in 1970. 71 is when I moved back from Florida. I was my junior year in high school. So I quickly going forward, I met the young lady that I'm married to. Been with her 51 years. Oh. And we've been married 45, working on 46 years. And I met her on the beach in Florida back when I was a sophomore in Alabama, and she was the beauty queen from Berry High School. And just to give a short thing, we have I've got 6 grandchildren. Wonderful. That takes some hobbies on weekends. Matter of fact, we had a game last night, Mountain Brook Elementary, and tremendous game they played. Last second deal. That's another story. But so as far as my passion is being with people.
Love it.
Yes. Okay. More about your business. How do you think that experience of owning your own business and also being a lifetime Homewood resident has shaped your experiences and gave you a unique perspective on how to build Homewood into a better city?
Where it's helped is that people don't understand in my business, I'd be up at 3:30 every morning, going to the produce house at 4 o'clock and working there till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So, but I was out meeting people constantly, whether it's grocery stores, whether it's food service, restaurants. So every time I go into a restaurant, I see what they're serving. I see what the situation, maybe broccoli might be high one day. So I'm going to order a broccoli salad from Ocar's. I mean, I look at values and see how people, what they purchase, and then watch what people eat. And that way I get involved with businesses. And because of that, because owning my own business, I've learned how to deal with buyers, presidents of companies. I've had to do bids. I do government bids. I mean, when we were talking about the school bids and things like that, I stay away from, because that can be a conflict of interest to some big expense. But I think it's the value of my business has taught me how to deal with people.
Okay. Speaking of on the topic of business, do you have any policies that come to mind or ideas for how to support small businesses in Homewood?
I'm a big fan of small business, because that's where I came from. That's what I deal with. Matter of fact, you need the small businesses, the Walmarts of the world, the Targets of the world. They're thrivers, but people don't understand what the smaller people have to go through. When you go into taxes and things like that, people want to do incentives. Who gets the incentives? The big boys get the incentives. Why can't we do that for the little people?
Mhm.
You know, I mean, if you understand anything about wages, prices have gone up. I mean, people don't work for nothing. They got to survive. And the more you make your employees happy, the happier you're going to be. In my business alone, I dealt through COVID. I never got rid of one uh, of my employees. I I took my whole cutoff. I didn't take any pay, but I had 12 families that depended on me. Anyway,
Yeah. Love it.
Okay, one of your main campaign themes is transparency. What concrete steps will you take to ensure decisions are made openly and in the public eye while you will be on the city council?
if I'm on the council, and I'm going to be one of five, okay? Well, four plus the mayor, and I only have 20% of the voting. But let me tell you what I can do. I can tell you what's going on behind closed doors. It's never been done before in Homewood. I'll be the guy who I want to see city council meetings full because they want to be there. They want to learn. I'm tired of being the only one sitting down there by myself. And everybody say, "Oh, you can look at it on TV or whatever." That's not true. Unless you're there and talking and learning what's going on, I'm just telling you, myself, the transparency, that's what I've built this whole thing on, is about transparency. And I'll tell you just like it is. They might not want me to say it, but I like talking, as you can tell.
I love that. Okay, so on the topic of schools, Homewood City schools are highly ranked. How will you ensure they have the resources they need, both for operations and capital improvements, such as building maintenance or expansion?
Okay, Mountain Brook, y'all might not want to hear this, but we supposedly are one or two in whichever poll you're talking about as in the top of public schools in the state of Alabama. Well, being that case, she's shaking her head.
Maybe two, because Mountain Brook's one.
So I'll leave it like that. But that the school depends on the small businesses and the big businesses. We depend on tax revenue. So if we do something to jeopardize the downtown Homewood or something like that, our revenues go down. Our school tax revenue goes down. So it's a mixed deal that you've got to be together. Now, I am not going to be the person to tell the school what to do because that's why they're number one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a school expert. I can tell you other things I can be an expert in, but I will make sure to keep what we've got going on like it is right now. School safety, though, might need to be looked at some more. We'll maybe get into public safety a little bit later. I think there's some things we can address more, like Valley Avenue. We got a piece of property up there. You know what? I'd like to see the school do something there. But that's another situation.
Okay, so to keep the revenue flowing for the schools and for the small businesses, do you have any plans of like changing some tax incentives or I have on here business regulations to attract and retain business?
Well, okay. I have some ideas which I would have loved to have done 5 years ago, whatever. There's one thing we've never had in Homewood. We've never had anybody in charge to develop. Now, we talk about making property taxes, which Mountain Brook lives mostly on property tax. They don't have the fortune to build avenues of the businesses like we do. We're very fortunate. We have Sam's, we got Walmart's, we got Target, who's just now coming off their incentive plan, tax exemption. So we're getting ready to have a lot more income coming there. But what we don't have is the ability to go out like West Homewood. There's businesses out there. You can raise revenue without increasing property, without increasing homes. We got more apartments than any place in the county when it comes per capita. Okay, but if you go, how was I going to say it? West Homewood, I would go out and develop business. What if you bring in a business that brings in 100 employees? Those are taxes nobody sees because we've got an industrial area out there. But you go 2 miles down the road, you've got Birmingham. Birmingham is taking those. I would like to bring those into Homewood. I mean, those are ways of revenue. Now, going back to incentives, okay, I think big businesses, we're going to redo the Brookwood Mall, okay? Or it's going to be redone. The Brookwood is going to take major tax incentives to make it happen, to make it, and Mountain Brook's going to be part of sharing this deal, and so is the county, okay? Homewood in itself, with the tax incentives, I'd have to say is for small businesses, I'm going to look at West Homewood, for instance. Have you ever been to G. Marco's Pizzeria?
Yes, I have.
It's a fantastic little place. Let me tell you, that place out there, when we started Patriot Park out there was nothing. But you know what? Just a small amount of incentive to help these people. I think it was maybe $250,000. It wasn't that much. I wasn't really for it at the time. But let me tell you something. I was wrong. And I've been wrong before, but I'll admit what Johnny does is a first-class deal. And when it's like planting a seed. Now, after we've planted that seed and it's grown like it is, look what you have out there now. You've got the Barrios. You got an Barrios down there now. You've got Paramount down there right now. You've got a flourishing economy starting now. And as we clean it up, which it needs to be cleaned up as we get closer to the interstate, I'm hoping if it takes a little more money to fix that, we need to fix that.
I was really happy to hear that El Barrio is coming to Homewood because
it's there.
I love the El Barrio downtown.
Well, you need to try it. West Homewood is a very, very unique place. It's something we're blessed in Homewood to have a place like West Homewood, who is very nostalgic. It's a place that it stays cool. It's the cool place, right? Then you come into Edgewood, you've got another different mentality and different. A lot of college kids are there at Odie's. There's an Odie's there, and they're doing a tremendous job. We got to find parking. We got a tremendous problem with parking in Homewood. Okay, we can discuss that in another shortly. And then you've got downtown Homewood. Okay, we have no parking. We've got those are the issues. Going back to tax incentives, we gave the Valley Hotel. It's a fantastic hotel, and the owner who built it did a tremendous job. Well, we gave him $10 million. He'd already bought it. We didn't have to. You know what? It'd have been nice if I'd have been there. If we're going to give him $10 million, put the parking deck there. Let's subsidize this and let Homewood benefit from that. So we'll move on. I mean, those are the things that I would address if I was involved.
So we're also wondering, what's your plan to ensure public safety across Homewood and for all the residents in Homewood?
Well, one thing, we're having an issue, and we can't neglect the situation that is happening in Homewood. We have an increasing homeless problem, okay? I've talked to the police chief myself. He said he's been getting a phone call every day for months about somebody having an issue with homeless. Now, we've got areas in Homewood now that's back into the neighborhoods. Roseland Drive is, for instance, one. We found someone cleaning up in the creek around a family's house. And just so happens when they checked him out, this gentleman was a child molester. And he has been notified, and now we're getting into the neighborhoods. We've got to address those things. And doing that, I've talked to Nick Durgis. He endorsed me here just recently. And he was talking about the same thing. We've got to have committees from out of Hoover, Mountain Brook. This is a growing problem. And to get all the police and everybody come up with an idea what we can do to fix this problem. Do I have the answers? No. Does everybody have the answers? We got to work on it, because obviously the country has got a homeless problem. But now people don't pay attention to it when it's around the country, but when it's in your back door, and mothers are now calling for help. They want to be protected. We have to protect the moms. And when they say things and then people make fun or don't take it serious, we're talking about children here. And there's nothing more precious than lives. And I really feel that the city has to step up, and they're looking for help. They're looking for ordinances. Matter of fact, we got to do ordinances right now, talking to the chief of downtown Homewood. You literally can potentially put a tent on the sidewalk in Homewood. and we don't have a law against it. We have it for loitering. Well, not even loitering. He told me we've got to change some ordinances. So I understand right now the council is trying to do something to make up some of these ordinances, but our police officers' hands are tied, and we've got to address this issue. It's happened we're right there on top of the hill of Green Springs. Green Springs right up there. There's a encampment up there. Okay, that's 500 yards from some residents. And so with the help of hopefully our mayor, our city manager, our chief, Mountain Brooks, they hope to get them all together and work out downtown Birmingham the same way with Mayor Woodfin. I'm just hoping for this public safety situation needs to be addressed, and it's not going away. Everybody, until it happens to you personally, everything's okay, right? No, it just takes one child. Something happened to one child, and all of a sudden the whole place will go crazy.
Okay, so we're going to circle back a little bit to...
That's what I like.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought of. Communication, transparency. Do you have any specific things that you would implement? Maybe like a newsletter or some sort of public forum?
Yes, I will personally have a group myself to do that until I can get it approved by the city to do so. I would also like to have committees. After council, I'd like to have a committee every 3 weeks, potentially 3 weeks, whether it's an architect, whether it's a developer, whether it's a librarian, whether it's a doctor, things like that, who live in Homewood that like to see things would be better for Homewood. Because we as council, we can't make, you can only see so far. But as a resident, you give it to us and we present it to them. So I think that's the best way of communicating.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a fun question. What is your vision for Homewood in 10 years, and how would the city look different from your leadership?
Well, let me say this about the changing of that. People have moved to Homewood. They came to Homewood from out of town because they loved Homewood. They love the charm. They love what they've got here. Okay? Now, does it need to be changed? I don't think it needs to be tweaked. There's a difference when you want to come in and you don't want to tear up downtown Homewood. We've already fought that with the Regional Planning Commission before. They wanted to put condos up and down 18th Street. We're not Buckhead. We don't want to be Buckhead. I like Mountain Brook Village. We have our villages. Okay? Cahaba Heights has their villages out there now. Okay? So in that being the case, that's what I see happening. And I think the growth, you got to grow organically. You can't bring outsiders in to make the changes for Homewood. Let Homewood grow organically, and good things will happen. We make a lot of money in Homewood, but we got to keep it away from all the consultants that are coming in. We've got a city manager now. So I just think Homewood is in a very great spot. It just needs to be tweaked. Just tweaked.
You seem to have lots of ideas. Can you give us if you were to be elected, what would be your top 3 measurable goals for your first term?
Wow. It changes every time something happens in Homewood. Okay. Was I paying as much to public safety as I should have been before? Maybe because I took it for granted. I live in a great spot. I mean, but we're seeing a thing coming across now where we have to, I'm going to do everything I can to increase where Homewood police are paid the same as Mountain Brook, same as Vestavia. There's no reason that we're second fiddle to them. Okay, to y'all, whatever. I mean, take it as a compliment to y'all because y'all do everything so good. I expect to do everything that good. We can't settle on just average. Once you settle on average on anything in life, you won't go any further. So I see things, I expect everything to be great. That's just me. But if I see something that's slanting this wall, I hate to tell y'all, but y'all made a mistake in this construction. I see those kind of things. So I don't want to say I'm negative. I'm not negative. I'm positive about life. But when things are going the other way, I will say something.
Okay, this is also another fun question. What is your favorite part about living in Homewood?
Wow. Well, I'm going to say this. Living in Homewood is just commingling with everything. Homewood's got everything to offer except for a golf course. It's okay. I've got a place I can play golf.
Come to Mountain Brook.
That's not no. Are you kidding? I'm out to great.
Saying.
I play with these guys are crazy. Okay. So, Mountain Brook, they won't even be allowed on it.
Can I just say, me and Olivia have a favorite part of Homewood.
What is that?
That park of yours.
Oh,
yeah.
which one?
The
one by
Recreational Center.
Oh, the Overton Park.
Yes.
That is a wonderful
We
park.
are there, we're 16 years old, and Friday nights you'll see us at Homewood Park, genuinely. It's so fun.
Let me tell you, the things Homewood has done has been fantastic.
Mm.
The improvements they've done, fantastic. But I don't want to go there, what we could have saved by having a city manager handling a bid program and things like that instead of having things done in-house. I think there's a lot of things we could have done better.
Mhm.
And I mean, they've done a great job. But, if you save 100,000 here, 100,000 there, look what we could have. Our infrastructure, our roads. That's one thing Homewood, you come down Hollywood, I've already fixed 2 rims on my tire. I can tell you there's no excuse in this. We need to prioritize where our money goes. Sidewalks, big deal. That's another big one. So when you're saying having fun, I tell you where I have fun. You think I'm crazy. I go into city council meetings on Monday night and I walk in there. And you know what I like fun? When they go, oh no,
Oh no.
That's fun.
That's funny.
You just got to have fun in life. And I do. I try. I have too much fun. I mean, I'm very blessed. So.
Okay, well, to close, in one sentence, this is going to be a tricky one, so take your time. In one sentence, why should people vote for you?
They're not voting for me as a person, I hope.
Mm.
They're voting for me as a voice of Homewood. We are very fortunate. We just had an election. I'm a big, and there was a slate put out there, and that slate won. I'm the last of the Mohicans here. But I'm the one who will let people know what's happening in Homewood. I will, just like I did before. And I would be more than happy to continue that. And whether I can't make them vote my way, but I can encourage them. I can show them way. And what you have to do, what has to be done, you got to have 5 people on there who all are different.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would love to see, instead of 5 people that are all the same. Because if everybody's the same, what are you accomplishing?
Yeah.
You see?
True.
So I just want to be that voice to be different.
Yes, sir.
I
I loved it. It was so great to meet you.
Yeah.
And you seem like a really nice guy and a really generous man. So it was great to meet you.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Yes, see, that's fun.
Yeah, we had a great
I
time.
like that.
Yes, it was very fun.
Thank you all for tuning in, and Homewood City residents, don't forget to vote for the runoff on September 23rd. And, right? September 23rd? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Ciao. Are we still on? Thank you. I want to tell everybody about the Greek Food Festival, October 2nd through the 4th, downtown Homewood. You want to have some fun?
See you all there.
Be Greek. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. I don't think I've ever been.
You will have a blast.
Will I? Is there good food?
Food,
I'm there
music,
forever food is.
And you'll see every kind of person you want. You want diversity? We have diversity there.
My favorite part is when the girls do the dancing with
Oh,
their
yeah.
nice little Greek dresses.
They're all dressed
No.
all the way from this tall to
It would be like 4 years
adult.
old to adults, yeah. And they're
Really?
all doing the traditional dances.
Fun.
You'll have a lot of fun. Bring some
We'll
friends.
go together.
Great. Wait, when is it? October
2nd through 4th.
Second through the 4th starts on a Thursday through Saturday.
You know what? That's the one weekend I don't have soccer tournament.
Let's go.
See you there.
Let's do it. Thank you.
Of course.